Today we are featuring Nikola Conradie, who has been a quiet force in the Namibian fashion industry since graduating from fashion school in Italy some 8 years ago. A year after graduating, she won the Sokara Young Designer Award with her winning design, earning her a fellowship at a prestigious design institute in Denmark. Over the years, Nikola has gone on to showcase at major fashion events, including Mercedes-Benz Fashion Week in Berlin, as well as the Mozambique Fashion Week. Nikola is a designer who prides herself in producing ethical fashion and is equally passionate about empowering the youth through mentorship and intern opportunities at her retail store. Reading this, I'm getting goosebumps. I don't know about you, my listeners. And how's about you? Like, is that a drum roll? Like your dress. Welcome.
Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you so much for joining us.
I'm glad to be here.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, let's start with your story, Nikola. I think a lot of people only know the product that comes out at the end and that beautiful garment, but they don't know what the power and the passion that goes into it. Tell us a bit about your background, your history.
Well, I'm Namibian, 100%. Fashion was always a part of my life.
Yeah.
It was always something that I was aware of. I was always very critical on how people dress. So I was always aware that, okay, this is not normal. I know we dress and everyone dress for comfort. They dress for their own personal reasons.
Yeah.
But it was always something that I was very skeptical about. And I was also like, why are you doing the way, dressed the way you were dressing? Or why did you decide on this? I was always questioning people's, what they were wearing.
Yeah,
I was like, what is this? Is it normal? So that's where it started, I think. Yeah.
As a young girl, though, did you always think that fashion design would be your thing? Was that what you dreamt of wanting to be someday?
Actually, not really dreamt. It was just something that I believe was a part of me. And growing up, I was always with my dad, and we were always like, watching fashion TV and trying to analyze what it is that the people are, doing at that present time. And, we were always talking about fashion. So growing up, my dad and I were always, on that fashion road.
And fashion tip,
that's how I thought, like, okay, I think this is a part of me.
Yeah.
And if it's a part of me, I need to, go more deeper into it.
Yeah.
Because I didn't want to do something that, just study and, you practice it. I wanted it to be a part of me.
Yeah.
So I think it started with that.
Absolutely. How's about choosing where to go and learn fashion? How's about choosing as a young girl, deciding, okay, I'm going to go learn this. Where did you go?
Well, first I was in South Africa. I was at Stellenbosch first. And I know deep down I always knew what I wanted. So I was there for a year, and it wasn't really what I wanted. It wasn't really, in-depth study of fashion. And I wanted to know the in and outs. I wanted to know everything.
Every thread.
So I wasn't happy with what I was being taught there. So I was like, I'm out. So I went to Milan for a year. And I was also at, a design school. And they were focusing more on the illustrations, the drawings, and all of that. And I really liked it. But that was all I was getting out of it. So I was like, okay, I was there for a year, and I was like, I need more depth. So I went to Florence. I was there for 3 years, and I was like, this is perfect. This is like this is everything.
Yes.
This is like from the start process to the end.
Yes.
So in my mind, I already knew, okay, this is what I like, this is what I want. I need to know if everything that comes to mind is possible. And that is where I got from the beginning to the end. So I was like, this is a perfect. So I kind of knew from the beginning what it is I wanted.
Yeah. And you had a vision.
And I had a vision.
Yes.
So I knew, okay, they're not giving me what I want. So I kept jumping to find the perfect
I'm going to go
place.
find it.
Yeah.
That's exactly the spirit you need to be able to live out your dream at the end of the day.
Exactly.
Yeah. Tell us about a side hustle. While you were at Stellenbosch, while you were in Italy, in Milan, and Florence, were you doing stuff on the side to kind of just get that extra coin, maybe?
To be honest, I get pretty consumed. When I work, whatever I do, I get so consumed, I don't think I can focus on anything else. So I was I don't take my focus on what it is I'm doing at that time. So I couldn't even see myself doing anything else or trying to do anything else, because it will kind of stray my focus, and I'll be focusing on that more because I don't know how to divert. Like my mind is so crazy. I need to focus on this and
you
do
give
the best
100%
that I could.
here.
Yes. So I was scared that okay, I'm gonna do this, and what if it cuts into my working hours, and then later I'm like juggling between the two, and then my mind starts going crazy. So I didn't want that. I wanted to focus on.
Yeah, absolutely. Motivation. What is that thing that drove you? That thing that was like, brah, this is not enough. You need more. What motivates you?
Well, I think because it's a part of me, I always know that, okay, I want more always. But because it's a part of me, it's easy for me to just wake up and be like, let's do it. Yes, exactly. It was never a thing where I woke up and I was demotivated or I didn't know what it is I needed to do. Somehow, I always have something I'm working on. I never just woke up and I was like,
not today.
What now? So I think that's also my motivation, because somehow deep down it's all I know. So and it's the best that I think I was born for this. So I motivate myself because it's my passion.
Yeah.
I wake up and I already know, okay, this is what I need to do, and it's what it is.
Now, in your line of work, we already know what the most fulfilling part is for the client. But what about you? What's the most fulfilling part about your job, what you do, your work?
Well, me being able to visualize and knowing that I am able to see the final product even before. So my mind works in a way that I see something already, it's trying to figure out what the processes are for the end result. So I don't need to think. I don't think during work. I think when I visualize something, I sit down and my brain kind of figures out what the processes are. And then when I start, it's already just automatic, where it just goes with the flow.
Yeah, so you've already visualized.
And the process is just fall into place. Sometimes I'm like, what? How do I do this?
What also helps is that you know exactly.
Now it just like falls. Now it just falls. So that's why during work, I don't know what I'm actually doing, but somehow my brain is figuring it out. Like
as
so, it
going.
just goes. Yeah,
that's awesome, man. So I recently shared a story with my listeners about how H&M is recycling fashion, basically. So basically what they're doing is they take all these secondhand clothes, we've got this machine that shreds all these threads and actually creates new fabrics or new threads, right? How important is it for you to make fashion sustainable and also just good for everybody and the environment?
Well, sustainability to me is it's something that I always focused on, like starting in fashion, because I was always aware of the environment, and I always knew that the process of making fabric is so complex and and it pollutes the air, and and those things were very important for me because I always wanted to do better, and I like nature. So if I'm going there and I'm seeing like the wastes, and I know that I, as a designer, can contribute, I decided, let's see what I can do. And because I'm so conscious of the environment, I decided I've stopped making things that are not, sustainable. I've stopped focusing on, I really tried to divert my attention on, what is good for the environment. And not only that, our body, our skin. If the skin is the biggest organ, and it's breathing constantly, how is it that we are putting on clothes that are not natural? Because your skin's breathing, so what is it breathing in? That the toxins, dyes, all those things. So I was just like, I want to wear something we're in Africa, it's hot here. What is it that I can do so that our skins are breathing and we're not taking in toxins and we're not, doing anything bad to the environment as well? Because that's my contribution. So now it's like I'm going green, people.
I love that. I just want to quickly ask you, what are you currently working on? What are you building up towards? When do we get to see the clothes?
Soon. So I have everything that I previously made. I'm slowly starting to get rid of it because everything I'm working on, or what I started working on now during lockdown, was my sustainable fashion. So everything that I'm doing now is only, natural products, no dyes, no denim, those, everything now is green.
Yeah.
Because I believe that we need to be the change somehow, and we have to contribute somehow, So that is me choosing to do the right thing.
I can't wait to see it. And like you're saying, that each and every single one of us with our skills has this special responsibility in our work that we do in order to give, so we can just be better people and build a better environment. Last but not least, what are the 3 things that you are loving about Namibia right now?
Well, first of all, I'm so happy it's getting so much warmer. Also because of the COVID and everything, so now like we're being burned, all those things are burning out. They've been burned out. Okay, firstly that, because I'm like, oh God. Thank you, really. And secondly, women standing up for other women, fighting for us. Being that voice, and we want to be heard, and it's never happened before. Women never stood up for other women. Women never we were never really curious because we didn't believe we had a voice. So that's so big, that was so powerful that we are able to stand up for one another. So these movements and all of this is so inspiring, because back in the day we didn't have that. We were silenced, but now we're more awake. We know what we are capable of, and we believe in one another. So this is really big.
This generation is not to be messed with. We are environmentally aware. We are aware of our human rights. We are aware of our women's rights.
We're fighting for the right things.
We are aware of our voice right. That's right.
No, true. And and lastly, the minority, the men. There are those that are really, they want to be a part of it, and they want us to, they want to fight as well. So I really acknowledge them. Because they're trying. They're really coming through.
Thank you to the men, man.
Thank you.
Nikola, thank you so much. It's been awesome having you here.
Thank you.
And listening to what drives those threads through your fashion and how you're changing something so much that you love. Like, it's a new challenge, it's a new opportunity. And we're excited to see what you'll come up with next. And
you'll see.
Yeah, we can't wait to see those things on the runway out there. Thank you so much, Nikola.
Anytime.
That's Nikola Conradie, a fashion icon in Namibia. One of the first of her kind to be able to showcase Namibian fashion on international platforms like the Mercedes-Benz Fashion Week in Berlin, like the Mozambique Fashion Week. And she's working on a sustainable fashion line right now to show us that it can be done. She's also very importantly emphasizing that the change begins with you. That's all I'm going to leave you with. If you want to see this Royal Hustle again, head on over to our social media platforms, follow us there, and stay tuned to 99 FM.